G'day guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Justin. In today's upload, I'm going to be taking you through an in-depth look at my new reef tank, which is a Cade S3 900. If you've been following my channel for a while, you know that I've been deliberating on which tank to go for over the last couple of months, all while in the midst of moving houses, and I'm finally happy to have made a decision. So let's get into the video where I'll give you an in-depth look at the tank and go through some of the key new features of the S3. But let's start off with some basic info on it. It's a 3-foot tank measuring 90 centimeters across the front by 61 centimeters high and 70 centimeters wide, which does include the ATO reservoir at the back of the tank. It does have 12mm low iron glass, and one of the really neat features, which I'll show you in a second, is the Euro brace that is installed on the top. It is a 10mm full width Euro brace to basically shore up the tank and give it some additional structural integrity. It does come with a really brilliantly made polycarbonate lid, which is a really nice addition to the tank, and obviously gives it that top of the line sort of premium feel. I believe Cade is one of the only tank manufacturers on the market that actually include a polycarbonate lid. Some of the other features include these little cutouts in the Euro brace that you can mount lights and other accessories and wave makers through, so you don't have to run it over the Euro brace, which can look quite ugly. So that's a really nice addition as well. Another one of the key new features of the S3 lineup compared to the S2 is the inclusion of a dual return nozzle. The original S2 just had a single one on the right side, but they've added two, which I think is a really nice addition to the S3 lineup. The S3 lineup also includes 3 inlet vents on most of its models, as opposed to 2 on the S2 models. They've also made some changes to the rear chamber. Obviously those 2 dual return nozzles are now both pre-assembled, and the actual top that goes over is just an acrylic plate, I believe. I don't think it's plastic. It feels quite sturdy, and you can see there's also some cutouts for your light mount, which is a really nice addition. Let's take a look at the sump now and the stand, and as you can see, it's a new sump design as opposed to the compared to the S2, and it comes in quite a bit bigger than the S2 sump of the same tank. The dry side on the S2 900 was quite a bit bigger, but it did leave the sump quite a bit smaller. One of the 2 new main additions is this algae trap and the algae tray itself. Cade are calling it a Triton ready algae tray, or I should say frag tray. It can be used for either, and they can also both be removed, which is pretty handy. Another nice neat addition is this little rail that you can feed all your cables through, which will just make it a little bit more easier to, I guess, cable tie the tank. So yeah, a nice little addition. Didn't really see that advertised or in the description, but it was nice to see it when unboxing the tank. Like the other S2, you get the float valve switch, which will feed water from the top of the reservoir. And again, like the S2, it comes with a manifold that is not pre-glued, so make sure if those taps are open, they are glued in, because as you can see, tap will just come out. But all in all, some pretty nice changes to the sump. It's one of the selling points for me with it having a bigger sump compared to the S2 900. I think it's a really welcome change. I don't think the S2 900 needed to have that big of a dry side. And another new addition is this panel, or this side panel door, which can be used as I guess a device display. So you can feed wires through and obviously have it quickly accessible. And it's got the same 16 outlet plug that you will plug switchboard that you'll find on the S2. So Really cool addition. It makes it a lot easier to just plug things in and then cable tidy it. And you'll see shortly, I'll take it around and you'll see where it's accessible from another side panel. But here's a look at the stand with all the doors open. And this is that side access panel for the control board. And they've added some rails at the bottom where you can feed cables through and power supplies and stuff. A couple other things that I will mention is that the Sump does come with a filter roller mat section. So there is no filter socks on the S3 lineup. So just keep that in mind. If you do like your filter socks, you will have to sort of do a DIY job on that one. And also it's a full flow color plumbing by Sand King, so some really nice plumbing included. And lastly, on the Sump, it is tinted glass, so if you are running a refugium, it shouldn't bleed too much light through the little cracks in the cabinetry. But that's a first look at the S3 900. Hopefully I've given you guys some good information that can help you in your decision for purchasing this tank or deciding if this tank is for you. The tank does come with a premium price tag of $3,999. That's Australian. So obviously not a cheap tank, but it does come with the bells and whistles. And my initial thoughts and feelings is that I'm very happy with the purchase. So make sure you guys subscribe, because I will be pumping out quite a bit of content regarding this tank, and it's going to be a really exciting build as I transfer the contents from my prior Reef tank, which was the Waterbox Mini Peninsula 25, into this bigger tank. So some really exciting times ahead. I'm going to let it run for a bit before I obviously do my review and stuff of the tank. But yeah, if you guys have made it this far, really do appreciate it. Again, make sure you subscribe. It really helps me out. Let me know what you guys think of the tank upon your first thoughts and sort of first look. And yeah, as always, thanks again for watching, guys, and happy reefing.